while the placement season of 2019 and 2020. So I am here today to share my experience while the whole placement procedure. Like I am going to give you idea about how to prepare about the aptitude test, group discussions, personal interviews, etc. So let's get started then. First of all, you must be knowing that all the placements uh, mainly include the aptitude test. So aptitude is the basic one. So you have to start preparing for it way before the placement drives. So if you think that okay, chalo, let's start a day before the drive, that is not possible because it gets very hectic while solving the problems. So, what you have to do is, according to me, the placement season starts from June, July. So, you have to start practicing almost a month ago because quants is a thing that does not help us if we buy hard something. So, let's get into quantitative aptitude. So quantitative aptitude, these are the most basic topics which most of the aptitude tests include. So whenever you try to solve a test, these are the topics which you will come across most frequently. Uh, the so what I was telling is practice is the most important thing. The more you practice, the less time you will take while solving the problem while actually giving the test. Uh, you must. If I ask something, I think this is interactive. Like you can tell me, right? Okay, so quantitative aptitude needs basic, like the basics we used to do while we were in school, like the basic area of circle, perimeter, and all that, etc. So that is what we need here, but the difficulty level is too much. Like I prepared for it almost a week ago before my placements, and that was very difficult for me to solve while I was actually giving the test. So I suggest India Mix and Career Guide. India Mix and Career Guide provide very basic start, and you can just go from basic to a very intermediate level and a very difficult level. So that will help you to analyze the type of questions you will come across. So these are the topics which almost these are very easy topics. These are not very difficult like the others, which most probably do not come while you come across aptitudes. So this is all about quantitative. Quantitative needs very fast calculations. Like uh, most of the time, calculators are not available, I think, but calculations need to be very fast. If you take more than 2 minutes on every single question, then completing the whole test is very difficult. Like I was sitting for Ugam solutions, and the test was the questions were very easy, but the time was very less, and it gets very difficult to complete the test. So the next is logical reasoning. Logical reasoning, simple. It is simply on common sense. Like you have to think. You don't have to study about it anything. Just go through the basics like directions. You have to know the directions. What it is, like the number series, all that questions. This just needs your think. This is just to check your thinking capability. So if you just go through some questions, like practice is also not necessary. Just go through some questions on the websites like India Bix, Career Ed, or whatever you are referring for that. Just go through it. And logical reasoning is just very easy work to go through. Okay. Then verbal ability. What verbal ability consists of is the all the grammar questions and comprehensions. Comprehensions and passages are way too long, and we don't have that much time to read the whole passage and then the questions and then look into the comprehension again to search for the answers. So I suggest complete the questions like the simple fill in the blanks and all the synonyms, antonyms questions, and then get back to the comprehension part because it takes a lot of time to read the whole passage and question the answer. There is no other trick to solve the passage. You cannot look into the comprehension like matching the words from the question. That is not possible. You may end up giving the wrong answers. So just try to give it in the last and read the passage carefully so that the answers are correct. What verbal ability makes difficult is the synonyms and antonyms. The questions of synonyms and antonyms are very tricky. You may get confused. So that is the thing you have to prepare for. Like go through I do not suggest dictionaries, but reading most of the books like uh, the grammar ones that will help in knowing the synonyms and antonyms. So verbal ability mainly focuses on the English part, like the grammar. We know that we are good in English, we can speak English, but the questions which we come across are way much different. Like you can get confused in the options, and you can take the wrong one thinking that this is the correct one, but that is actually not. You have to read a little bit, go through the rules, the tense rules. The tense is the past perfect, all the tenses rules, that is very important to go through before attempting the verbal ability questions. So verbal ability mainly focuses on reading and listening. That is what increases your vocabulary and helps us uh, answer the questions more upon our knowledge. So that is all about verbal ability. Group discussions. Okay. So group discussion is mainly to filter out the candidates. So we have to be very careful about what we are speaking in the group discussion. Not only speaking, our posture, our presentation is very important because the HR HR is looking at each and every point. What you are doing, where are we looking, everything. The expressions, the way we sit, the way we stand. So group discussion should be taken very seriously. I personally attended two group discussions from Ugam Solutions and L&T Infotech. Uh, what L&T Infotech gave us the topic was arranged marriage versus love marriage. So that was a topic merely to debate on. But what we have to do is to try and coordinate and lead the discussion towards a very calm discussion. So we cannot lead into a debate in front of the HR. So what we have to do is first initiate. If you get a chance to initiate, give a proper introduction of the topic, initiate it, uh, and ask the participants to present your points. That helps to keep. Uh, that helps you to. That helps the HR to recognize. Okay, so this is the person who started the discussion. So initiation is the very important thing. Second, uh, do not present your personal opinions. Personal opinions are not to be presented in a group discussion. That is only a discussion where we have to put forth our views. without debating, without uh, crossing or cutting anyone else. So what we do is we try to build up long sentences with very high grammar, and we end up saying very different something which no one is able to understand. So what? Just keep in mind, keep the sentences small, easy language, and just put forth the point. It is a Okay. Then abstract topics. So what abstract topics are? Uh, like wheel, door, zero. These are all kind of abstract topics. While we were preparing for the LNT placement drive, we contacted some of our friends. So they were telling that group discussion includes abstract topics. They were given some circle, square. All these topics were given for them for the group discussion. So these topics are very difficult to think upon, and we do not understand at the last moment like what we have to speak on this. So uh, while going for a group discussion, when you sit together on the table, um, talk to all the group members, and someone has to initiate, of course, but you have to decide together that if the HR gives us a topic that you do not understand, or you cannot speak upon, so you can ask to change the topic. We did the same. We decided the same while the LNT group discussion, but the topic was okay, so we did not do anything. Okay, so next one. Okay, one more point. You have to carry your pen and a paper in your pocket. They usually provide a pen and paper, but just do not depend on anything and anyone. Don't prove yourself careless in front of anyone. So carry your pen and paper. The conclusion point, the last one, when the HR will tell you to conclude your whole discussion into one point. That should be very important, attractive, and up to the mark. That is the point which will lead you to the selection. The conclusion need to be very apt to the topic. Okay, so all the points are here. Okay, giving an example. Giving a live example helps a lot because that proves our presence of mind. So presence of mind, giving an example helps a lot. And yeah, so group discussion is okay. This is all. Programming rounds. Programming rounds. Uh, First of all, you have to choose your programming language, be it Java, be it Python, but you have to be expert in it. Each and everything should be you have to know each and everything, because the programming round questions are not like the basic palindrome and factorial programs. They are very difficult. We cannot say difficult, but a medium level, but we have to be prepared for the worst. So knowing each and every concept is very important. You have to be aware of every syntax, every algorithms, every data structure, so that you can pass all the test cases while you are going through a programming round. Uh, to prepare for it, you can go through many courses on Geeks for Geeks. There are many websites like Geeks for Geeks, Hacker Rank. You can go through it. There are many courses, many projects. You can go through projects, build your own projects. These building projects will help you know what you know and what you do not, and you can work upon what skills you have to build on. Okay, so programming is that's it. Technical interviews. Okay, so when you go for a technical interview, you have your resume in your hand. Okay, so your resume includes all your technical skills. You have to be sure that you are good at that skills, because if the HR catches one of it, he will go into deep. Uh, I did not face a technical interview while I was going for a going for L&T Infotech. That was mostly an HR interview, but he asked a little bit. He asked me, "What is your favorite subject?" and explain me a topic from that. So that was just minimal, but technical interviews are way much difficult. Like they asked to write you a program, explain the flow of the program, what is the meaning of that statement, or how can you replace the statement with anything another. So you have to be careful about the skills and what programming language you mention, why he is asking what are you good at. So that is important while facing a technical interview. um, and yes, uh, our appearance should be appealing. Like they look for a proper appearance, our facial expressions, our voice modulation, how we speak, how we present ourselves. They look at everything, everything. So you have to be presentable, you have to be confident while you answer the questions. If you do not know any answer, just be straightforward, go ahead and tell that I don't know the answer. That is it. Okay, so next, the interview. uh, your resumes hold some personal things also. What it does not include is the strengths and weaknesses, short-term goals, long-term goals. These are very frequent questions they ask. So the short-term goals should be with your goals within 1 year, and the long-term goals should be beyond 5 years or 4 years. So all these things should be decided. Like you cannot go in front of him and just think about your short-term and long-term goals. You have to be quick in these answers. You should know what you are. You should not be confused while answering about yourself. So mm, this is all about HR. When the HR asks you to introduce yourself, you should not take our name first of all because he has your resume. We should be very choosy about your words. Like if your mother is a housewife, we cannot say housewife. She is a homemaker. You have to use the word homemaker for your mother. So these are a little bit things that you should keep in mind while going for an HR interview. Okay. Study about the company is very important. Like they will ask, what do you know about your company? Have you visited your website? What color is the website? These are all the questions they used to ask. When I went for Gum Solutions, he asked me, what do we do? What is the main work? What do we work upon? All these questions. This is why we need to study about the company, the website, the projects they are working on, the current technologies. Knowing about the company before going for the drive is the most important thing that helps us to answer them while the HR interview also, and we can study according to it also. Okay. Okay. So the preparation of the aptitude, you have to prepare every day. Like everyday study for almost half an hour, 45 minutes is much better than studying for hours, 2 3 long hours before the drive. That will not help. Studying every day for 45 and 30 to 45 minutes is what will help you while going to the drive. A little bit of every day will help you register the things in your mind and process it while using it in the aptitude test. Many of us face difficulties in the quants, like the calculations. The many topics are very difficult, like the mixtures and proportions. All these questions, these are very difficult. Like we have to, we have to work upon it. If you prioritize the topics, like the difficult ones you'll take later or the first, and then solve it for once and all and finish the topic. That is what you have to do, like group studies, online lectures, YouTube videos. This will help. If you do this for 1 month before the drive starts, this will help a lot, because once the drives start in a college, they will go on and on for every day, like almost 4 days a week. You will only get a day to start a free day. So it is like today is one company, tomorrow is another, day after tomorrow is another. So it gets very hectic to study between the drives. So you have to be well prepared before about everything, the quantitative aptitudes, the verbals. Like you do not have to work upon verbals much, just the basic rules of English and the synonyms and antonyms and idioms and phrases. That is it. And what needs much preparation is the quantitative aptitude. That is what we need to do. So that's it. Any questions?
There are no questions, Malvika.
Okay, so is there anything I have to brief about, anything like if I have missed anything?
No, I don't think you have missed anything. So, are you done?
Yeah, of course I'm done. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, I would like to thank on behalf of the students and the TPO department. Thank you so much. The session indeed was very helpful and informative. Um, the training and placement department hopes on continuing this association and meet up through webinars for mutual benefits of the students. And thank you so much for your
Thank you.
time.
Thank you so much.